Join us as we continue to explore Laos in the adventure capital of Vang Vieng.
We tick another item off our bucket list, but get more than we bargained for.
Never, ever, ever doing that again.
And we take an unexpected casualty.
And I looked at it and it wasn't good, so...
We need this flavour in the UK. Right, we have made it to Vang Vieng. So this morning we got the train down from Luang Prabang, which was the best way to travel because the train only took about 45 minutes and it was super clean, super fast. Definitely recommend travelling on a train if you come to Laos. The plan for today is to go to Blue Lagoon number 2. We're going to go there with Abby and Brad, who you might have seen in the previous video when we went bowling, and then we're going to go get some food. So we need to go get a scooter and get out. Had a bit of a casualty.
So we decided first thing we were going to do was go down that zip line, as I said. Brad went down, went to the end of the zip line and actually got flung off the zip line, which was quite funny. But I think that actually did him a favour because he didn't then land in perfectly straight, which meant he didn't go down far enough to hit the rock. Someone had told us that rock was there, so I'm going to try and drop off a little bit sooner than Brad did. A, to not be flung off, also to miss that rock. I dropped in later than I thought because it's difficult in terms of perspective when you're actually going down the zip line, and ended up just catching my toe on the rock, and I knew as soon as I hit it, it didn't feel good, but I knew something wasn't right in the water. I could feel essentially the bottom flap of skin from my big toe kind of flailing around in the water. And I knew it wasn't good and I didn't want to look at it, and I looked at it and it wasn't good. So
Abby and Brad were amazing, weren't they? They went off and then really try and find some medics or something, but they couldn't find anyone, so they started asking people if they had any like first aid kits. So they came back with some bandages and tapes and plasters, and that really helped. Just been to a pharmacy to get some more tape and bandage. And we've already got plasters. We did come with plasters.
But they're not great for big toes. Get it to here.
Yeah.
It's so massive.
Way off.
Still good Guinness.
Just having some breakfast. The start of it, and then it tripped already.
Nam Xay Viewpoint. Nam Xay Viewpoint, that's where we are.
You ready for this hike?
Yeah. I've got my Birkenstocks on.
Because I cut my toe open yesterday, I was in Birkenstocks for the rest of this hike, but spot the can of beer inside it in my back pockets.
So this hike takes about 30 minutes, but after the first 5 or so minutes, it turns from hiking into climbing, and so we don't have much footage at the top because we were using our hands to literally climb up. By the time we got to the top, we were both very hot and very sweaty. We did do this about midday, so maybe don't do that. But the view was definitely worth it.
And we couldn't resist a celebratory drink at the top of the mountain.
And then we made sure to get some Instagrammable shots at the top on the bike with the flag.
After that hard day's climb, we decided to treat ourselves to a cheeky pizza. We'd heard about this great place locally called the Green Restaurant.
Until he sold me on red wine.
Oh yeah. Oh. Thought we'd end the night with a banana and chocolate pancake.
So we made a mistake before coming out of not buying a new GoPro.
Oh, I'd say this GoPro is just, I don't know, I think I'm recording now because I can see the red flashing light, but it's an old piece of kit.
All you guys who are on the old, I think it's GoPro 12 now. We're back in the GoPro 3 days.
We've got the GoPro 3. There's lots of photos of me just like from down here.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what's going on, but so hopefully we'll have some footage from today. But
yeah, we didn't bring the big camera out today because we were worried about the water activities. We do have a dry bag from the guide, but we thought we'd stick to iPhone footage, old school GoPro. So this is going to be the adventure section.
It's just so weird filming with this because I have no idea what I'm filming. So our adventure day started with a slow kayak down the Nam Xay River, which lasted a couple of hours until we reached the stop where we would do all the other activities. Are you filming?
Yeah.
The first one being visiting the Angel Cave. Is that what you meant to do? Oh.
So the old river this morning was eventful. 2 of the people out of our group, or 2 boats I should say, so 4 people actually went in, which was interesting. It made us certainly pay attention to what we were doing. We definitely didn't want to go in, so we've survived it, but next up tubing, so we'll see how that goes.
Chaotic.
Chaotic tipsy tubing.
Yeah.
It's good fun though, wasn't it?
Not tipsy though.
Not tipsy tubing. Tubing. No beers.
Just tubing in the cave. Tipsy tubing would be chaotic though, based on that. It's lunchtime.
Lunchtime. Hey, you're in it now, mate. You're in the vlog. Yeah. Oh, okay. We're ready to go. First zip line. Let's bloody do it. We're looking really cool as well. That's a bonus. Now, there's about 8 different zip lines at this park. It's a little bit daunting. It's unlike Go Ape in the UK where you are attached the whole time. You do get attached and detached in some pretty ropey places. So you definitely have to be careful whilst you're going along. But they kept us safe the whole time and ensured that we had a good time. So definitely worthwhile. Yeah, sort of. You're not unclipped yet though, it's got you. It's currently 5:20. The reason that we're up so early today is because we're going to be ticking something off the bucket list. But we're both quite tired.
Okay, we've just got back from our bucket list activity, which was going in a air balloon.
It's off the list. It's never going back on the list. I'm never, ever, ever doing that again. Never.
It was an experience.
Yeah.
So I tried to get footage, but it was a bit chaotic. But we got there. Well, first of all, we were half an hour late to be picked up, but we got there. How are you feeling?
Just wondering if it's actually going to inflate. It's not half inflated.
Got in the basket, was like, wow, this is amazing, bit excited, bit nervous. And then we went up nice and slow, peaceful.
Yeah.
Try not to freak out at the height, but whatever, it's fine.
Started off well.
Yeah,
Started
first like 10
okay.
minutes, 15 minutes was fine.
Yeah.
And then it came down a bit lower, and we were like, oh, okay, we feel safer.
I think maybe they were trying to land, but nobody was there. So nobody was there, and they need to have their team at the bottom basically to help it land.
Yeah. So we went back up, and then we just kept going up, and then we're in the clouds.
We kind of realised we were drifting further and further over, more and more towards the mountains, and obviously that's the worst place to be. You've got lots of jagged rocks, so
yeah.
The more we kind of all drifted, the more the basket got quieter. People stopped talking. Everybody was kind of going, "What is going on?"
I mean, at first it was like, "Oh, cool, we get a nice shot of the mountains," and then we're in the clouds, and we're like, "Oh, that's an experience." But then it got to a point where we got so close to the mountains, and then we were just in the clouds, and all you could see all around us was white.
Yeah.
So we had no idea how close we were to the mountains.
I think
and that's when people freaked out.
Turning point for me was kind of when the people on the radio were shouting and the driver was just ignoring them, trying to control this thing. The pilot, I guess, hot air balloon man, was trying to control them. That's what got me. So from there on out, it was a bit like, this ain't right.
And then when we could see the ground, we were like, okay, we can see the ground, like it's not mountains below us. And that from there, it was just chaotic. Sit down.
We didn't have room to sit there.
And then he told us to sit down, and we were like, is this normal?
Is this like a brace for impact kind of deal? And then he was shouting at his team to try and get to where we were so that he could actually bring the thing down, because I think the longer we were up, the more we were going to drift.
Yes, and then we could see the people in the cars like driving over
and
to our way.
Literally running across.
And they were running through the trees.
Running
and we
through
were like,
trees and bushes and farmers' hedges, and they were running. They weren't like, this is normal.
And then the pilot, I'm going to call him a pilot, not a driver, threw out this like orange rope, which they caught, and then they basically pulled us along in the right direction, because I think we'd got too close to the mountains.
We were above the trees at one point as we were coming into land, and then we're above bushes, and they pulled us to the one small patch of flat land that there was.
Yeah, and then they pulled us down to the ground, and then
and then packed it away.
We don't think it was meant to end like that.
They packed it away, so I think they decided today is not a safe day. Thought we were going to die in the sky.
We didn't know.
We didn't. We survived.
As soon as we landed on the ground, we were all just like, can we get out now? Can we get out of the basket?
Yeah, it was definitely a relief to be back on the ground.
Yeah, it was definitely an experience to remember, but yeah, we've done it now.
Never again. But yeah, on a clear, sunny, beautiful day, do it. On a cloudy,
it's quite
slightly breezy day, don't bother.
So Vang Vieng is full of adventure and adrenaline.
Come for the adventure,
yeah, come
honestly.
For the adventure.
I think Vang Vieng has got that bad rep of what it used to be, drinking party place. There's definitely that scene if you want to go and find it, but definitely here for the adventure. Kayaking yesterday was amazing. Zip lining.
Yeah, zip lining was good, but we have got what's the time now? We've got a couple of hours.
It is 9:02, so we've got a couple of hours, and then we're
gonna have a nap
time, and then transfer to Vientiane.
Vientiane, the capital of Laos. So we'll see you on that journey.
Gonna write him off. Clear your throat, Prue Leaf. Chicken naga poo poo.
Sugar waka.
Flagga dee dee. Go and subscribe, yo.